in Samar Payne Park. Why are we live so early? Well, there is something that I have not seen yet this year. At 5:30, balloon pilots started showing up. Normally, they've been rocking in here about 20, quarter to, but they are showing up now because they're ready to fly. So, my source is incredibly optimistic. No, not cautiously optimistic. Very, very, very off the charts optimistic. We're actually going to get up in the air today. All right, well, we aren't. I'm not. I'll be here. I'm always very grounded. But I think that's one of the specialty balloons. Maybe not. So anyway, I think we're going to have launch today.
Although you don't know where you're going to land.
Get 195.
In this game, every detail counts. Swing after swing, round after round. Every choice made today shapes the season that lies ahead. You control the game you bring. We've got your back for everything else.
Sometimes, the sweet smell of victory stinks. Adding Lysol Laundry Sanitizer kills 99.9% of odor-causing bacteria detergents leave behind. Clean is good.
In the front, the front, they're like, they're just telling the pedestrians, stop. You gotta get the vehicles in here as quick as possible so you get out. I hear the wind's turning. Oh, there's a balloon right there.
I kept on the trial.
I mean, that's what it is, right? You've never seen anything more like a trial balloon.
Yes.
Is that where it comes from? The origin? The trial balloon?
I don't know.
Where else did it come from? From the pilot. Oh, yeah. good.
All right, look at this. Look at all these pilots coming in. There are crews I have not seen all weekend. In case you can't tell, we are excited. I have a very important question. Okay, you get into the machine, go back to 2021. Students give you the power of the first two deaths. Three names. Nazi heroes, Pat Fireman, Street Helper.
No, wait, if you're in the time machine, why do you want to read? Oh, you are? Yeah. Okay, yeah. I was wondering why I hadn't seen him.
Family emergency. There was, yeah,
No,
family
it's-
emergency. Number 5? I think they were in 9.
I know, I thought we were number 9 too, but then they said, oh, you're not listening to
Yeah,
today.
it was Jim Roderick. Yeah.
And I thought it was because it was for either. There was they're live.
Yeah, I was wondering what they were going to do because they were in Phoenix. Get down there and get registered in. That's what he said. David, I brought Kevin out.
They are.
So we can't go right up to the
Yeah. Enjoy. Big fun. We got burned. festival has a flag system. They're flying a green flag, which, you know, is just good to go. Not done that yet. Ignore the flag for a while. All right, we got official confirmation. Information right from the source. Actually, folks, this is a really nice angle here. Watch him prep up. That flap is sealing the top of the balloon. That's what they use when they want to come down. That's where they let the hot air out. Flag up. FYI, we got another balloon setting up right next to them. I know it seems like our shot is blocked, but this is it. This is good. This is good right now. They're going up fast. It's going up fast. He's going to get this balloon out of the way, and we'll see a lot more. Got one. Balloons going up all over the place. Here. Keep some tension on this. a.m. and we got balloons inflating. Yes, I know we've seen this before, but not all the balloons. And they're ready to go up. We're gonna have launch, and this is gonna be so fun.
Here's the fan. The engine is the fan. We just shut ours off.
Okay, look at this, watch this. Look at our guy. Let's see, Russ is with it. Woo! Got more. Over there. Yeah, folks, it's gonna be a nice show. All right, we got a launch. It's actually taking off. Woo! All right, first launch of the festival.
Miss Piper? It's in the back of the van.
Oh, it's beautiful. That's great if they all go this way. All right, we're headed over downtown. Man, you just hear that roar. I love this wall of color that's built up. I hope you're up for this. This is fantastic. So good, we are so good. Look at that thing pop up. That one almost was off the ground. They had to come running up and put some weight in. Yeah, see, this is something that hasn't happened. The motioning for the passengers to get in. This is absolutely wonderful, folks. We got a pretty good crowd this morning. I hope they send that photo into our photo gallery. Go to sunjournal.com. There'll be a place where you can upload your great balloon photos.
Copy that. Third of 3 balloons. Colors are orange and yellow today.
Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen, Jim Peak. That's pretty good. Again, Sun Journal Command Center.
Join Empowered for access to a community of teachers, activity packs, and microgrants, all for free all year long.
Channel 3. He asked what channel we were in. And so I clicked the microphone button. And then he said, temperature 250, and it registered that. Oh, funny. 250 is
like a pretty major construction site out there. I don't know what that is.
It does, and that's where Troy landed the other day, where they built on the road.
Oh, okay.
They had launched from Fremont Park, I think.
Okay.
From a peace perspective.
I think that's got to be.
Some flashing light. I have no
There's a similar one right here in Peterson. Exactly. Check it NORAD. They're not flashing this morning. They were all lit up this morning, though. Lights on.
Do they not move?
It's not every day, you know.
Starting to slow our west.
Yeah, I feel like we're sort of right at the boundary here. What do we got? 5 knots? Trees coming up behind us.
Yeah, the really nice orange and yellow instrument thing you guys have made. It's great for the 3040. It really swallows that. It just felt like I was like, oh, maybe that's just too much.
Yeah.
Think about maybe making a new one, but 2 bands instead of 4 that you're right. I was thinking, oh, well, I could put 2. No, it's right in the middle.
Yeah.
Like maybe I'll put in the middle. That's just, yeah.
And so I have to believe they've solved the digital problem.
Right.
So. What I like about that cover is that when you're done, you wrap it up and it protects the face of the instrument. Pretty stable.
Yeah,
I think
the
the
glass
screen is
is
what I
probably,
believe.
Headache was like, I see you. First thing you need to do is get a screen protector. Okay. Probably right, but. What? Big construction area too.
It is. This one is, that's the church. I don't know that they own all that land, but I think they do. And they've built up these retaining walls. Those are new because it used to just slope off.
Oh yeah.
And so they built the retaining walls. They've leveled it all, and I flew somebody from there years ago, and they had talked about the idea that they'd always wanted to build sort of apartments that they could use as dorms for their students, right?
They were doing that like little Christmas drive-through. Is that this church here?
I
They
don't
set
know.
up Christmas, like a little Christmas lights
Right.
thing, and you drive through it.
Sure, I can hear you.
I feel like it was on that.
Yeah. jumping up.
He's going faster.
Faster than us? Yeah.
I feel like it.
Yeah, I think he's accelerating on us, yeah. It's just so unusual to hear that runway called in the morning. It always gets my attention. If it's going opposite directions, it looks like he's really moving, doesn't it? How long would you anticipate that 120 ground wind to hang around?
Hopefully not very long.
Quite short, quite a bit of stuff. That's trade zone kind of stuff. The cloud layer will prevent the heating, which is but it started out pretty warm, so it's hard to predict. But Terry, do you know where he went?
He's pretty much
Right here.
He is here now.
Gotcha. So I'm a little bit curious that we're not seeing Dave in place. In this kind of a situation, I'm typically comfortable sort of creeping up, like something on the order of 200 feet a minute. For him to notice and get out of the way. If he's
fuel strategy? And it seems because of inflation, these tanks took quite a bit, but I just stick with it. Okay. I use these because this is where the whatever you call the bottom of the fuel tank comes in on these early thoughts are. And these are pointing up, so maybe order that way, but this one being off. I laid on the station.
The only downside of that strategy of working on that way is you eventually exhaust this side of fuel,
Yes.
and then you're effectively down to you don't lose any power because it's obviously a single burner,
Right.
but you do
Like in
lose
an emergency
some
or
sense of an
something.
emergency, reliability, that kind of thing.
Right.
The other thing that you put at risk is let's say you're going in for a landing and you grab the wrong one and it's empty. Have thought about that piece of it.
So what do you suggest is better? Thinking one thing at a time. 1, 2,
Yeah,
3, 4.
I think that's probably
It's an easy fix.
yeah, and I would think it would be rare for you to use all four.
Right.
So I think that's fine.
Slow down at 9,000. It's not super fast.
No, it's slowed down here from what we had a few minutes ago. Just because you can adequately predict what the airplanes are doing.
Right.
You know, I think that's the way they feel about the balloons, actually. We're unpredictable, they don't know what we're doing.
I got used to me being the only one in the basket.
Yeah.
At any altitude, just the extra weight.
It does cool fast.
Dave, it's like,
Yeah, I think they just put the turnaround. Yeah, we were just ahead of the turn. 5 minutes later.
Should have this at least on in case I grab it. I think so.
I think Terry has more speed than these guys. Is that your sense as well?
He was behind us to begin with, so
We're going 060.
he does seem to be going away from us faster than the other ones are.
I feel like that too. Him all lined up there, and the 3 red and white ones, those look different than what I'm used to seeing down here. I would agree. Is there an air show?
That's 43 and I'm on 4.
You want me to fix it?
Yeah, absolutely. Just find the number, the left-hand is better, so make join left-hand 132. Alright, left-hand 305 the number.
Tequila Sunrise to Tequila Chaser. Can you copy me now?
Read you loud and clear.
Perfect. That's why 3 was busy.
Amazing what a channel will do, right? Oh, okay.
Yesterday, in flight, Kirk was like, let's change to channel 3. Okay. It was weird yesterday. Nobody expected to launch from Memorial, and it ended up landing in the southern half of the trade zone, the south of the trade zone, in the southern half of that. At pretty good speed. Troy's chase crew was out on Powers over here, kind of Ed Powers and Bradley there, and Troy was be out on 85. We were about 85 and did not end up there. Ended up nearly in the Glen. I feel like it's sped up since I first pointed it out. You know, when you heard about saying you sped up here. Strange in that it's slowed down, you know, as we approach 9,000.
In a layer that was much faster.
Right, yeah.
Must be a shear up here somewhere. And you were climbing a little bit and noticed that you're not. I think you're not necessarily cold. I think we bumped up against the shear.
Oh, yeah.
Short, 17 right, Delta 2 ready for takeoff. Extra 779 and let me ask friend. Clear for takeoff, 17 right up.
Isn't that a weird sensation? And yet we haven't turned direction much, but it's certainly a temperature boundary. I can feel the gauge inflated. Corey and Toucan are kind of hanging out. Yeah, but I think Corey is still headed towards the northwest. So in this kind of a situation, I would be paying very close attention to the airport to see if that 120 ground wind starts to change. Because if it does change, and let's say the ground wind goes down, that changes your landing profile. And unfortunately, Murphy's Law says it changes it right at the end,
right when I want it,
and strands you out in the middle of nowhere with low fuel.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the things that Colorado Springs really teaches you that doesn't happen everywhere else, is that sense of the wind changing an hour and a half after sunrise. So for me, I have found that it really encourages me to plan for two things. One, a couple of backup plans, but also sort of what I would call it, you know, the old adage is sort of fly in the middle of the sky.
Right.
I fly in the middle of my landing zone, because when it changes, I don't want to be screwed at the end.
A 360 landing option.
Absolutely. And the next thing out here is that you have a 360 landing just about anywhere you are, especially east of power.
Sure.
Just we know that some of this stuff is inaccessible, so it's, you know, it's less attractive. But like from a safety standpoint, you can land on the base.
Right.
You can certainly land in that open area in the base. The gray building here is a PZ. So they're pretty sensitive about that one.
Right.
That gray building and the
flew over the other day. And they're like, we don't want pictures.
Yeah, pretty close. I actually came and flew past the tower over the golf course. Over the numbers, and you can see where the old gate is.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So it's that rectangle that I landed
Right,
in.
yeah. I just thought it was interesting. The MP came out and was like, yeah, I'm going to need you to not have any pictures of that. I'm curious what you flew over that was sensitive.
Yeah, in that flight path, nothing. At least nothing they've ever told me about.
Right.
I can tell you those two sensitive spots, we weren't anywhere near those, but I think their sensitivity was the fact that I was so low for so long. Because
Sure.
that was the only wind I could find.
Right,
So-
it's area some north there.
Since I was so low for so long, they assumed I was doing something nefarious.
Right. Very interesting here.
That's what I found. Weeks or months ago that motivated me to go to Channel 4 because I was getting all that stuff. Now, this is an interesting flight that they've got here. Interesting in two senses. One, I probably wouldn't have made that choice. But also, it is interesting. I mean, it's a fun flight. But for me, I wouldn't have made that choice just because I feel like that's a much harder direction to seek landings.
I feel like they're coming back.
We're still going east. Terry looks like he's hauling, but it's probably just an illusion.
Right. I mean, we're going 10 knots.
Right.
But he does look like he's coming back across Marshall fairly quickly.
Yeah, it does. And I don't see a lot of north to him. I think he's off the base enough that he'll be all right, but something for us to pay attention to since we're smack dab in the middle of it. I think we're well level water. Oh, okay. So it just went from 120 to 060 in a pretty short period of time.
And yet,
yeah, Terry might have a 060. Well, no. He looks more like he's still got the 120, doesn't he?
if we're going to come back that much, I'd...
Yeah, I agree. And I think that sort of the
058 Springs Tower, wind 0607, Colorado Springs altimeter is 300.
because if we can keep getting north, then coming back get you up north of the base. We know this field is good by Space Village. We know this whatever demo area is fine.
Good morning, Tower. Skyhawk 1168. We're short of 17 right, Alpha 1 ready for takeoff. Skyhawk 1168.
In the field. just almost hovering right above the hotel. You see him? He's certainly done that 7 miles. No confusion which one to grab.
I've been confused by it now.
That happened to me in the 120 once on a windy landing. I reached up and grabbed the wrong one, and it only cost me half a second. But
Still,
it made my landing less delightful than I wanted, you know? 95, so we've got another right turn. I'm not sure that our speed and direction is as speed as it is sort of the whim of the gods today.
it does seem variable, doesn't it? It does. But the general idea of climbing up.
So Brooke has dropped down. Let's see what he does. It'd be great if he had a shadow. He's been up about 45 minutes, so he could be looking at a landing. I was even. I'd like to see whether he gets some more. That's the thing I'm watching for. We're feeling that turbulence that they talked about. Because you're holding a constant temperature, but we're fluctuating 100 feet a minute.
Right.
And it's quickly, right? I mean, like, you could see both of us are looking at the instruments like, oh, something just happened.
Right.
Faster than we're cooling or warming, that's for sure. Do we have access south of Space Village in that open area?
I don't. Sort of.
Okay.
It used to be that right here where the dirt road is,
Uh-huh.
get in there and then drive up in there.
Okay.
At one point, I thought that was locked, but that's been a year ago.
The dirt road into the abandoned lot is locked?
Well, it was, but then just the other day, like the last couple of weeks, somebody going in and out of it. Really locked, but
Does the gate
it had been locked, but I have gone in there in the past, so
Right.
I think it's just hit or miss. You can go all the way out, all the way out to the top of these bluffs. I've retrieved somebody that way. Like it was a long time ago, but I think it was Sean Wicks, now that I think about it.
Okay. That is a long time
Yeah.
ago. Well, I feel like Troy has gone north because I felt like we were closer. I don't know what he did to get north though, because we've been at the same level.
Right, well, he actually climbed quite a bit. He was
Oh, did
down
he?
lower
Okay.
earlier.
say a little north of west, like maybe 290-ish, maybe. Much more north than that, which helps us.
And I feel like Troy's coming back this way a little bit.
Yeah, I think he's descending. I can't tell what direction he's going, and I'm hoping to see that. Drop down, I'll say now-ish, I don't know what the timing is, but then in theory, there's that layer that's going to the west, and then if we get down to the ground and go north, we could be up there in the space. I think we would want to drop through that western layer pretty quickly, just to make sure that we don't get out over base. What do you think is the right timing to do that?
I was kind of looking at that right now, starting my descent right now.
Yeah, I feel like we should too. I think we should break that. The only hazard down below is the power lines, and there's only one set right here.
Some of that left, it looks like.
Yeah. This is consistently moving north. Don't see Troy's shadow yet. See if he's got that north yet. But I do think that you're right to drop down, take that sort of. But I would argue Brooke is now going almost due. Space village and comes down to the
because, you know, like he works for it. He doesn't just sit around. We have turned a little bit more. Very basic. Kind of a quick start. Get it, 230. From a fuel standpoint, if we drop down and we're sort of slow about it and we have to go all the way to the houses, we have enough fuel to get there. We still have over 20 gallons. Almost down, right? So I think this is a point where Travis could probably use a little bit of advice. He'll be fine, but I think the question in his mind is, or are we going to go on? I would agree, especially with this right turn we're experiencing.
hear your thought process.
Well, it's, we're going almost 10 knots, coming up on the road pretty quick. I was thinking to myself, I wish to come down to those areas quicker, but here we are, so 10 knots, I don't think I have enough space left to get this field. I'm not as familiar with what's available for landing over there.
Over here?
Yeah, as we approach. That's the point where I guess.
Yeah. As we climb up, we seem to get a little bit more left. That's my imagination.
No, I think you were right.
Opportunities. Obviously, everything here is Van Lewis. Yeah. Typically, this gate into the house is locked.
Yep.
And so, if we're going to go up past where the power lines turn and up to 24, there is a, depending if it's really slow, there is some shoulders on 24. If you see that big brown building up north there, if you're that far to the west, then you can get access from Mark Sheffield. However, this sort of open space between 24 and Mark Sheffield is generally pretty difficult to access. So again, depending on sort of if we get a left turn and how fast we're moving. Sort of on the back side of that neighborhood or something like that. I'm going to watch and see what kind of turn Terry gets right on the ground here. I think the airport lied to us. There's no 080 down here.
slow, but it's a good direction.
Yes,
Let's get back to this field over here.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Do you see these power lines up in the middle? Do you see those?
Yes.
He looks like he's got a
Nice shot.
southwest.
Yeah.
So in theory, as we drop down, we should pull away from these power lines. Yet I feel it in our face now. Should turn before we get to those, but we'll be cautious. We don't have too far to track to get back to 94. He's going almost due west now. That's great. Slowed down to 4, 3, so we must be right at the boundary. Because the water treatment plant is tricky, but on the other side of the plant is an open field. Remember that? The van stuck that one day?
Yep.
I think
Right there.
it just based on, and it looks like in the concrete there, it's an
Oh, yeah.
endpoint. Not picking up the south. Terry's given up on it, but I do really like this direction. I mean, it's right first Travis. That's an open field on the other side of 24, and that's Mark Sheffel in 24 there.
Right, yep.
And there's open space on the other side of that.
Yep. Great.
Even north of the water treatment plant, there is a fence between us and Travis. But there's quite a bit of space there. I've never seen the fence in the road before, so if we feel like we're getting pawned. notice here pretty soon is that when we launched, you did not set the top.
You're right.
So just be aware that that first pull,
well, even plus or minus a couple hundred feet here, we're
I feel like we're getting a little bit more left, which I think is good for us, because there is, if you can see right to the sort of a lighted sign up there.
yes.
If we can get left of the fence, we know there's access because there's no fence. Don't worry too much about the cows when they get all these lemons. And I don't know about your taste, but I would advise against the splash and dash.
Yeah.
I don't think this gate's open. I mean, the field's open, right? In theory, as we climb, don't you think we'll get a little bit of a right turn, sort of headed right to the middle of that field? I don't know. Because I remember Scotty landed on the south side of 94, and it was a little tricky for him, I think. And that same day, I'm thinking of that I landed in here.
Right across Mark Shuffle is accessible?
I do, because I think that the access point we have over here, where those two white posts are, I think gets you into either. Because remember, not only was there a gate, but then there was a whole long stretch that didn't have a fence at all. It's like pushing the elevator button again. Right.
This obvious dirt road here.
The last time I checked, it was locked. However, I think aiming for that road is still a good idea for us, and you know, if we to get in, great. If not, I think the access is open on the other side.
Can you come down here further south to you and see if this gate on the dirt road here is open?
Okay, Terry's landed right on the other side of Mark Shuffle. I was going to say, Brooke has landed. I can barely see his top. Troy's tracking into Mark Shuffle there. Dave Children is somewhere above us still. Corey landed out here somewhere, I don't know where Austin. Oh no, he's still in there right up there on the hill.
Yeah, the accelerometer or vertical speed indicator, whatever you want to call it, is not nearly as accurate on this as it is on the Flytex.
It doesn't respond.
I feel like I'm 50 feet behind it. Like I'm going -50 when it says 0.
Okay.
It catches up eventually, but it does make me wonder how accurate it is at that point, you know. Doesn't look like it's open.
I'm feeling a strong left turn.
Me too. Copy that.
See the fence there? What about between the fence and the road? Yeah, I'm ready. And backside of that spring is when you dip, you get a nice spot. No, it's okay. Okay, let it rebound if it will. If not, I can do the curl. But let's see if I can got that fast? Thank you. Okay. Right there? Okay.
Yeah, you have to come get me in the woods. Shit. Shit, man. Let me get to like here. That's crazy. What the oh. I was wondering what that noise was when I was hearing it. Well, looks like this is a little small. This is a little small for my spot. Oh boy. If I ride it out and I'm over. Oh, there he is. Yo. Thought you were here. You are, but what's up? I mean, I think I could make. I don't know. I mean, if I small squirt it, maybe. I don't know. We're gonna see. Getting real low. Oh, I fucking hate this. I mean, this little opening right here. It's in the trees. I can't. I'm gonna regret it if I go just over it and I go out of fuel. Nah, fuck it. I was, but nope. Ooh. not even a road. That's not a road, is it? Oh, fuck. Well, I don't think that's a road. So many people. Come on, baby. Okay, it's a road. On my screen, it just looks like a trail through the woods. I mean, if it cuts up, no, that's too many trees. I'm gonna have to go right here. I'm not gonna go over it. I'm just gonna go right here. Go right here. I'm out. Oh my god, beautiful. Holy crap, I literally just ran out of fuel. Look at that. Just barely missed the balloon, too. Bang! Holy shit, never doing that again. Look at that. Not even the branch touching it. Not even a single branch. Look at that gap. Look at that. Nothing is touching it. There's gaps between that. That is perfect. If I went up here, oh my god, I would have been screwed. I was aiming for this. Yeah, no, I had to. You're fucking lost. Where'd you go? Oh wait, there's your field. Where'd you go? I was saying, yeah, running through the woods is like actually crazy through here. Could make like a little horror movie about it, or a horror game. Hang on, let me just cruise here. They gave me a little couple extra